Assalamualaikum and a very good day I wish to all of you. My name is Syahirah Binti Suhinin as your moderator for our forum today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allocating your time in our forum about mathematical logic and proving techniques. For your information, mathematical logic and proving techniques is one of the mathematical courses that have been offered by the university to the students. This subject is a foundation course for students majoring in mathematics at the undergraduate level. Allow me to explain a little bit more. By learning this subject, students can solve problems and be able to express ideas and theories relating to mathematical logic and proving techniques. Other than that, students also can demonstrate numeracy skills in solving mathematical problems by applying logic theories and proving techniques. As we all know, even though the subject is designed toward the usage of logic in mathematics by using symbolic logic, it can also be applied in everyday life. We'll discuss it more later. Let's move to the main part of our forum for today. So, I'd like to highlight a topic that will be discussed this morning, which is the importance of learning mathematical logic and proving techniques in improving quality of life. Before we proceed with our forum, I would like to introduce to the audience our panelists for today. Our first speaker, Ms. Shaza Alya. How are you, Ms. Shaza?
I'm good. Thank you, Ms. Moderator.
Next, we have our one and only gentleman among speakers, Sir Haziq Haqim. How are you doing, sir?
Fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Syahirah.
Last but not least, our third speaker is Ms. Nur Syafawani. How's your feeling to be one of the speakers for today's forum?
I feel excited and nervous as well.
Well, I'm pretty sure that every one of us has our own opinion and thoughts on this topic that can be shared together. So, without further ado, let me bring our first speaker, Ms. Shaza, to tell us about her opinion. Please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ira. Assalamualaikum and greetings to all of you. Today, me, Nur Shaza Alya Binti Muhammad Halim, as a first panel, I will explain the first importance of learning mathematical logic and proving technique in improving quality of life. As we are aware and understand, living in the current technological modernizations mean that we cannot avoid the usage of gadgets such as computers and smartphones, isn't it? Furthermore, the world now requires more computer scientists. So today, I can say that mathematical logic and proving methodologies can aid in the advancements of knowledge in computer science. Computer science has strong ties with many parts of mathematical logic, but such connections are not always the same as those explored from pure mathematical purposes. As we all know, logic is concerned with several types of reasoning. Because most intellectual processes include thinking, logic is applicable to a wide range of undertakings. The study of logic is essential for computer science students. It is also highly useful for mathematics students and anyone who uses mathematical proof, such as linguistic students. Inferences are made throughout the reasoning process. In an inference, a set of claims known as the premises is used to justify another statement known as the conclusion. Deductive inferences are the most reliable type of inferences since the conclusion must be true if the premises are true. The majority of our logic courses include in-depth examinations of the properties of deductive inference. These courses teach special symbols in what we are known as formal languages. But logic is not symbol manipulation. The courses teach broad concepts and practices that are applicable regardless of formal language. Students learn how to write proof in both English and a formal language so that the concepts and techniques they learn can be applied in a variety of conditions. One even learn how to establish theorems related to formal languages, and this is highly vital for computer science, linguistics, and other branches of mathematics. In the course of performing research in logic, Alan Turing, a mathematician, came up with the concept of a computer that could perform a number of jobs. For example, Fortran, C++, a very famous one among the students, Lisp, and Prolog are all examples of specific symbolic languages that are used to develop computer software. Both leaves and prologue are derived from symbolism. Did you know that the study of logic enables one to make such linkages, which can be very helpful when building computer programs? Mathematicians reason about abstract ideas, for example, continuous function, algebraic system, and topological spaces. Most math classroom, this is part of learning math. Albeit it is low and often leads to confusions, math majors that study logic find that it improves them in their mathematical reasoning. It is beneficial important for work in the foundations of mathematics, which is largely concerned with the nature of mathematical truth and with establishing proof regarding mathematical objects such as integers, complex numbers, and infinite sets. So it is even evident that mathematical logic and proving technique have a particularly strong connection with computer technology. In conclusion, by mastering this subject, it can strengthen our knowledge in the area of computer science. I believe that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Shaza, for the long explanation. From what Ms. Shaza had said, I've concluded that learning mathematical logic and proving techniques can improve our knowledge regarding computer sciences. Next, we have Sir Haziq waiting on the line to tell us about his point. Please.
I'm blown away by your kindness, Ms. Syahirah. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to all audience that attend to see this forum. Once again, my name is Muhammad Haziq Haqim bin Zafri. As told by Ms. Syahirah just now, the question for our discussion today is it important to learn mathematical logic and proving technique to improve quality of life? My point of view for our discussion is I very much agree with the statement because we study this course, it can present widely applicable techniques and sharpen your thinking skills. According to the mathematician in earlier study, mathematical logic can introduce new technique to attack other problems in mathematics or offer understanding for something different from the original context. For illustration, they cited the process of completing the square in obtaining the formula for the solution of the second degree equation as helpful in problem solving. From this example, you must have specific requirement on how to obtain possible explanation and frequently include calculating technique used. For instance, in a situation when you must consider and decide which formula to apply to solve the issue. Consider the volume of the sphere result from Archimedes as an example. The ability of to calculate a sphere's volume is of course interesting for application. However, finding formula for the volume is challenging without the evidence that we acquire in mathematical logic. We may use this formula in our secondary school as well. It is possible to view Archimedes' process of formula discovery as a type of integration, and it is for various applications. It is based on his law of the level, and it is a heuristic argument. The approach contains a lot of data that may be utilized to solve problems that are much bigger than the original one. Indirectly, mathematical reasoning and proving technique bring value to our life beyond just being a topic. It consists of assessment for your cognitive ability, including decision making, data analysis, and understanding of fact, which enable you think more logically, make decisions quickly and effectively, and become more perceptive as a whole. As a result, it pushes your mind to think differently, which will sharpen your thinking skill. So lastly, learning mathematical logic and proving technique is important in improving quality of life because by enjoying this course, it will expose you to application of various techniques and sharpen your thinking skill. I have nothing else to give to you. No more discussion from me. I wish I could share with you more in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Haziq. We are looking forward to another collaboration later. So we can conclude that mathematical logic and proving techniques can boost and sharpen our thinking skills. Well, times are ticking. Let me ask our last speaker, Miss Syafawani, about her opinion on our topic today. Please.
Thank you, Ms. Ira, as our moderator today. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Syafawani Binti Endera. Before I point out my point of view, I would like to talk a little bit about what is mathematical logic and proof actually, so that we can easily understand this topic. Mathematics is about proving general statement through argument, which we usually call it proof. Not all arguments are a good argument. A bad argument is one in which the conclusion does not follow from the premises, which is the conclusion is not consequence of the premises. Meanwhile, logic is the study of what makes an argument good or bad. So, the importance of learning mathematical logic and proving technique in order to improve the quality life is understanding mathematical logic helps us to understand ambiguity and disagreement. It helps us to understand where the argument is coming from. Either it comes from different building blocks or different use of logic. To make it clear, let us take one example. Two people are arguing about healthcare. Here I provide some reasons why they might disagree about healthcare. Either they disagree about the best way to provide everyone with healthcare, or that everyone needs and should have healthcare. After we list out the possibility of their disagreement, we can conclude that those are two quite different types of disagreement. Same goes to the other example. If two people disagree about solving mathematical problem, they might argue about what is the final answer of the question, or they might agree about the final answer but argue about how to reach it. In conclusion, I believe that understanding mathematical logic and proving technique can help us to understand how to settle down the disagreement and the argument by understanding where the disagreements come from, by listing all possible reasons why they might disagree with the topic. By following this step, we can avoid the controversy and make a good decision in specific manner in our real life. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Syafawani. I found it really interesting how mathematical subjects can really help you to solve disagreements in an argument. Actually, there are lots more opinions and ideas that can be shared, but as time is running, I'm afraid I have to end our forum today. Thank you to all panelists for their participation in our forum today. Ladies and gentlemen, we might not realize it, but mathematical logic and proving techniques really has a big impact in improving our quality of life. That's all from me. Thank you and good day.